Particularly excited about this next session. Nicky Pasquier describes herself as a virtuoso assistant. Up until 2013, she worked as a senior legal PA, and then in the last recession decided to take the leap of faith and start her own business, specializing in all things creative. She's a certified Canva creative, something that she's particularly proud of, having no other formal design qualifications. And she's here today to talk to us about the power of Canva and how we can use it as EAs to enhance our career. Will you please join me in welcoming Nicky Pasquier?
Hello everyone, I'm Nicky Pasquier. I'm the founder of Virtuoso Assistant and I'm a Canva certified creative. I teach startups and small business owners how to use Canva to market their brands online with inspirational visual content. However, before I set up my business, I spent over 16 years as a senior legal PA in civil litigation. It was a job I absolutely loved, and in fact, I still provide note-taking services for independent HR consultants. However, after 16 years of working as a PA, I was tired of trying to meet impossible deadlines and coming home stressed every evening. So I quit my job and started working as a freelance legal transcriber. Fast forward 7 years, and I'm proud to say I was invited to become a Canva certified creative in 2018. I now specialise in teaching business owners how to design branded visual content to market their businesses online. I also have a growing community on YouTube where I regularly share Canva tutorials. When it comes to using Canva, I've so often heard people say, "Oh no, I can't use that. I don't have a creative bone in my body." Well, I didn't think so either. However, I signed up to test out Canva when it was still in beta, and I started learning how to design graphics by taking a look at what the experts were doing. I then went back into Canva to see if I could recreate some of the things that really inspired me. So you don't need to have any graphic design experience to use Canva. In fact, Canva's founder, Mel Perkins, wanted Canva to be a simple drag and drop design tool that anybody could use. So let me kick off this session about Canva by giving you a very quick overview of the free Canva account, Canva Pro, and Canva for Enterprise. So the free Canva account is absolutely perfect if you've not used Canva before. If you're a little bit unsure about whether this is going to be a good fit for you, you can test it out and see what you can do. You can explore the Canva brand kit, which is slightly limited because you can only add your brand colours. If you upgrade to Canva Pro, you can add your brand logos and also your brand fonts. You also have the ability to upload your own font. So with the free account, you can take your time to explore the templates, check out the various features, and also check out the various quick tutorials that you can access. When you're ready, you can take the next step and upgrade to Canva Pro. You can even take it for a test drive for free for 30 days just to trial the features. At just £8.99 a month, it is excellent value. With Canva Pro, you get the full brand kit, including the ability to upload your logos and your various brand fonts. You also get unlimited folders and 5 tiers of subfolders, so you can really get organised. You'll get free access to 3 million premium photos, and these are absolutely beautiful high-resolution photos to ensure a really sharp image. And one of my favourite features is the magic resize feature. So no more fiddling around changing the sizes of your designs for each social media platform. You can do it instantaneously in a click of a button. You also get the photo background removal tool, which I find absolutely invaluable. This means that you can get rid of a really tired old background and replace it with a coloured slide or even a completely different photo background. You also get the ability to save your own templates, and I'll be talking about this shortly. It's a huge time-saving tip and will ensure a consistent brand look. You also get to share your templates as templates, and again, I'll explain this very shortly. Last but not least, you get access to the animation tool and GIF creator. Now, this is a bit of fun, but animations and GIFs are so eye-catching on social media, and it's a great way to generate brand interest online. Canva for Enterprise, on the other hand, will suit larger companies and businesses. At just £24 a month, it provides enormous value with advanced brand and collaboration tools. You have the ability to save several brand kits. Approve workflows within Teams. Access your Teams dashboard. Share and edit templates. And add comments to your Teams designs. You can trial Canva Enterprise free for 30 days. So that's a very quick overview. Now let me explain very briefly about why we use Canva. Why is visual content so important when it comes to marketing our brands online? I think it really does help to understand a couple of points because it will help you design much more effective content. So why is visual content so powerful? And I think it's really worthwhile taking a very quick look before we go on, because it will help you understand how to create much better graphics. I'm sure you already know, but I'm just going to run through what I mean by visual content. And these are the most popular elements. So first off, we have illustrations, photographs, slides like this one I'm using right now, screenshots, and you might take screenshots on your laptop or on your smartphone. Of course, there are the fun GIF files, and these are really good for generating brand interest online. Then you have videos, and these could be small videos or instructional videos on YouTube. Then you have the more interactive pieces of visual content like quizzes and polls on Instagram. And of course, really eye-catching stickers that are so popular in Canva and on Instagram. And again, why do we use visual content? And why is it that 80% of marketers use visual assets in their social media marketing? And I took that stat from several years ago, so I'm sure that's different now. I'm sure that's increased. And first of all, we are natural visual storytellers. The Egyptians used hieroglyphics to communicate. Fast forward to today, and Instagram and Pinterest are some of the most popular visual social media platforms. There have been many studies into why visuals are so important. And one of the reasons is to increase social bonding. We also use visuals to share information. Now, I don't know if you watched over the Christmas period last year Michael Portillo's Great Australian Railway Journeys. In one episode, he was taken down a river and shown some ancient Aboriginal cave drawings. And it was explained to him that Aborigines used these drawings to indicate to future generations where they could find good hunting areas and water supplies. We also use visuals to explain so succinctly emotions that would be almost impossible to describe in text format. And we just have to think about how we share GIFs on social media platforms to do this. We also use visuals to share our likes and dislikes. I'm sure you've all heard these stats ad nauseam, so I won't go into them, but we do process visual information naturally 30 times faster than blinking. So visuals are an excellent way for marketers in particular to convey information in fractions of a second. This is particularly important when you consider you only get one chance to make a good impression. Visuals also have an awful ability to tweak our emotions and make emotional connections. And you only have to think about the adverts on television that you see. Personally, I can't watch them. I have to leave the room because I find them so upsetting. But if you think about the adverts and also fundraising events such as Sport Relief, they use visual information via video to tug at our heartstrings. And that is quite deliberate because marketers know that if they can move us emotionally, they can get us to take their desired course of action. And mostly that desired course of action is dipping into our handbags and donating money. So the biggest takeaway from this point is that emotions really do sell. Studies have also shown that combining text with images increases memory and understanding by over 300%, which is why when children learn to read, their reading books are full of beautiful graphics. And in business, this is why infographics are shared 3 times more than any other type of visual content. And that is because they have the ability to combine text with really eye-catching imagery to convey and help us understand information that would be incredibly turgid to read. So visual content really does add rocket fuel to your marketing and sales strategies. So my first piece of advice to you when learning how to use Canva is to learn the basics. Once you've mastered these, you can then go on to the more advanced design techniques. This is not so much for PAs and EAs who obviously have to follow their corporate brand style, but for VAs who are starting out, you really do need to establish your brand visual style. And your brand visual style is centered on your logo. And then from your logo, you need to decide on your brand fonts, any icons you'll be using, your brand colors. And again, deciding your brand colors isn't as straightforward as you think. You also need to consider your audience. Who is your audience? Who are you appealing to? Your style needs to resonate your personality and also your brand mission and values. And this is why I never recommend that anybody creates a logo in Canva. It's very handy that you can do that, but creating a logo encapsulates so many different things. So my advice is to ask a graphic designer to create your logo for you. To help you organize your visual style in Canva, you have access to Canva's brand kit. And I'll be talking about this very shortly. Unfortunately, the full brand kit is only available to Canva Pro and Enterprise users. So if you don't have Canva Pro and you're using the free account at the minute, you can create a very simple mood board. And I have a template for this, which I can share with you. Next, I'm going to be sharing some productivity and time-saving Canva tips. Being busy PAs and VAs, you'll understand how important it is to have all your work properly organised into folders and files so you can access them quickly without wasting any time. I find Canva folders invaluable to help me organise all my designs, so I'm going to show you how to set these up and then the various ways you can save your designs directly to your folders. After that, I'm going to show you how to create your own Canva templates. This is particularly useful if you tend to use a design on a regular basis. Rather than create the entire template over and over again, all you need to do is save it as a template so that you can then go in and edit it for each separate occasion. So let me just first of all show you what you can see from a free Canva account. I'm on my home page at the minute. I have a free Canva account because I like to see what free Canva account holders can access and what they can't. So from the home page, to access all your folders, go to the left hand side of your home page and click on the All Your Folders tab. And this is basically what you will see if you have a free account. You already have some folders which have already been created for you, such as all your designs, likes, purchased, uploads, shared with you, trash, and a button here to create your own folder. Now you have, as a free Canva account holder, you have the ability to create one folder and one subfolder, and that is it. And for me, that just wasn't viable, because if I click over to my other Canva account, my Pro Canva account, you will see that I have an awful lot of folders created. And folders for me are like filing cabinets. And as VAs, PAs and EAs, lots of A's, you will probably realize how valuable having files or filing cabinets are, and this is exactly how I see them. They are filing cabinets. I cannot stand wasting time searching for things. I like to be able to go straight to them. So using my Pro Canva account, let me just show you how to create a new folder. So over onto the right hand side of your screen, you will find a tab that says Create New Folder. Just click on that. And just give your folder a memorable name so that you know exactly what's in it. So if I put Nicky's training folder and click on this button here to create a folder. And you can add all the relevant content to this folder. To create a subfolder, you click on this little folder icon here and give your subfolder another name. So Canva training. Might help if I could spell. And click on create folder, and you can see you've created a subfolder within Nicky's training folder, for instance. And you can add content to your folders either by uploading directly from your own device, or you can do so within Design. So let me just show you how to do that. Now I've just clicked over to a graphic that I was creating for a YouTube video the other week, and I want to save this graphic directly to one of my folders. So if I head on over to the left hand corner of my toolbar, I will click on File and scroll right down until I find Save to Folder. And there I will find all my folders underneath. So here is my Nicky's training folder, and I want to save it to there. So I just click on this little arrow here and click on Save. If I want to save it to a subfolder, obviously I click on the other arrow and click on Save. And that's it. I've saved that directly to my folder, and that saves a lot of messing around. There is also another way that you can create a folder when you're working in a design. Say for instance, I wanted to save this design to a folder, but I hadn't created the folder as yet. I do exactly the same thing. Go to the left-hand corner of my toolbar, click on File, scroll down to Move to Folder, and I will click on this button here that says Create New. And again, I will name my folder and then click on Add to New Folder. And that's all there is to it. And whilst I'm here, I'm also going to show you how to save designs from your desktop to a folder. So let me just click on all your designs. And I'm going to scroll down and find this particular graphic here. And when I was working in the graphic, I forgot to save it to a folder. So I'm just going to hover my cursor over the top right-hand corner of the design until I find this little turquoise box with 3 white dots in it. I'm just going to click on that once. And you can see if I scroll down, I have the option to move to folder. And obviously if I click on this little arrow, I can do exactly as I could within a design and just save it directly to a folder. And again, if I didn't have a folder, I could create a new one. Alternatively, yet another way of saving to a folder. For those of you who like to drag and drop, I have to admit I like doing this. All I need to do is select the graphic, hold my cursor down, and drag it into the folder. Another incredible time-saving tip I want to share with you is how to create templates. Now, as I said before, I hate wasting time. I only have one pair of hands and a certain amount of hours to work in. So I like to make my own templates out of graphics, which I know I'm going to use time and time again, and which only need tweaking slightly from week to week. So I've chosen a design which I use and edit ever so slightly every single week. And to save me a bunch of time, I'm going to save it as a template. So what I need to do is very simple, is go to the top right hand corner of my Canva desktop, and you'll see a little downward arrow there. Click on that. And instead of scrolling down until I find what I want, I'm just going to type in template and then select a folder to save it to. Now I'm going to go back to my home page. And there is my design saved as a template. When I want to use my new template, I just click on it and I have the option to use it as a template or edit the original design. I'm going to use the template. And all I have to do now is change a few details for my new YouTube tutorial. Not only will templates save you a bunch of time, but they'll also help you maintain a consistent brand visual style. Being able to create teams in Canva is a huge bonus. It's been particularly valuable this year as a lot of you will have been working remotely from home. It's possible to set up teams via your Canva account so that you can collaborate and work on projects together. So I'm going to show you how to set up a team in Canva and the various ways of sharing your designs. Right, so let me show you how to set up a team from your Canva account. I've hopped back over to my free account since it's a little less cluttered than my Pro account. Whether you're using the free Canva account or Canva Pro, you can set up to 20 teams with up to 3,000 team members. So I think that's going to give you quite a lot of scope. So to set up a team, what you need to do is click on your account logo in the top right hand of your screen, go to Account Settings, click on Bills and Teams, and scroll down until you get to the Teams section. And all you need to do is click on Create a New Team to create a new team. So I'm just going to do that. And you can see your team on the left-hand side here. If you click on that link, you can rename your team by clicking on the little pencil icon. Now what you can do is you can start inviting people to your team. So if we have a look down here, we have some little subcategories: designs, folders, people, groups and settings. So I'm going to click on the people tab and I can start inviting team members for free. And all you need to do is get a link to share. So click on copy and you can send the link via email, or you can send an email directly from Canva just by adding the person's email address. And then you can choose whether you're going to invite this person to be a member of your team or an administrator, and an administrator will have more management roles within the team. Now that we've covered those subjects, let's start the fun by looking at how to create presentations in Canva. I'm sure there are a lot of you who create presentations in PowerPoint and Keynote, and even Google Slides, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, my secret mission today is to convert you to creating presentations in Canva. Surely the whole point when creating a presentation is not only to convey facts and figures, but to do so in a way that keeps your audience engaged. So if you're ready, let's have a look at how to create a presentation using Canva templates. So here we are back on the Canva homepage, and I'm going to show you how to search for and use a presentation template. So you can find templates by clicking on this category here, or you can simply search for them. So if you place your cursor in the search bar, and type presentation, you'll see that Canva will give you various suggestions from the regular presentation template, which is 16 by 9, or you can use the 4 by 3 presentation. Canva also has a mobile first presentation template, which is exactly the same size as an Instagram story. You can then search on various categories such as marketing presentation, pitch deck presentation, and so on and so forth. So for the moment, I'm just going to click on marketing presentation and see what Canva gives me. Scroll down and see what catches your eye. Once you find something, instead of clicking on the template itself to open it up, you can preview it first. So hover your cursor over the top right-hand corner of the template until you see the turquoise box with 3 little white dots in it. Now click on that turquoise box. You can view not only the front slide now, but view the rest of the slides included in this template by clicking on the thumbnail images underneath. So you know exactly what you're getting within this template. Canva also gives you some handy tags underneath in case you want to really narrow down your search. If you're happy with the template and you want to bring it up onto your desktop, just click Use this template. On the left-hand side of your desktop, you can see all the slides within the template, or you can just scroll down. If you didn't want to use this particular template, you could just close it down, scroll up, click on a blank template, and search for a suitable template from the left-hand side. To open a template up that you like the look of, just click on it once, and you can preview all the slides within a template on the left-hand side. Opening a presentation this way gives you the added bonus of being able to pick whichever slide you wanted, rather than opening them all up onto your desktop. To bring up one of the slides onto your desktop, all you need to do is click on it once from the selection on the left-hand side. However, if you did want to use all the slides, all you need to do is click Apply All 14 Pages. And there they are. You can see how many pages there are within a template by looking carefully at this little grey box here in the bottom right-hand corner of a template, and it will say one of X amount of slides. So for instance, this one here is one of 15 slides. Presentations are also grouped together under categories. So you have simple presentation, educational presentations, events and special interests, and so on and so forth. So if you wanted to dig a little deeper and see what kind of templates you had under a category, all you need to do is click on this link. And there you have all the creative presentations. If you're looking for a presentation with a particular colour in it, you can use the filter tool on the right-hand side of the search bar. So for example, if I was searching for templates with blue in them, all I need to do is click on the blue button, apply filters, and Canva will bring up all the templates with blue in them. To clear the filters, all you need to do is click back on the filter tool and click on Clear All. And now I'm going to show you one of Canva's little power tools, which doesn't get talked about very much, but it is very, very useful if you're working with templates with many, many pages. Sometimes it's really nice to be able to stand back and look at all the slides together. And to do that, go to the bottom right-hand corner of your Canva desktop until you see this little icon here. And that's called the thumbnail view. If I click on it once, it'll bring up all the slides within this template in one go. You can also edit your presentation from this view. Hold your cursor between two slides to add a new page. If you don't want a slide, hover your cursor over the slide and click on the delete icon. Alternatively, if you particularly like a slide and you want to make another copy, Hover your cursor over the little button that says Duplicate Page and click on it once. You can also change the order of your slides by selecting a slide, holding your cursor down and dragging it into a different position. Of course, it's not very easy to see the details of the slide from this view, so if you want a close-up, go down to the bottom right-hand corner of your Canva desktop again and click on this diagonal double arrow. And from there, you can use the side buttons to scroll through each slide. To exit that view, just press Escape on your keyboard. Now, what do you do if you absolutely love the template and you love the way it's laid out, but the branding is all wrong? To add your own branding to a presentation is really easy. So say, for instance, I wanted to change this background colour to one of my own brand colours. So I just click on it once to select it, go to the background colour button here and click on it, and you'll be able to select one of your brand colours. So I'm going to swap this mushroom colour for my brand pale pink. And so that you don't have to repeat this process on every single slide, I'm going to introduce you to a fantastic little time-saving tool. Just come down to the bottom left-hand corner of your Canva toolbar and you will see this little tiny feature here, and it's another one of Canva's power tools because it's small but it is extremely useful. It gives you the option to change all instances of the mushroom colour to your brand colour, and in my case the brand pink. So if I put a little tick in this box here, you can see exactly what has happened. All the instances of the mushroom colour have now been changed to my brand pink. You may also want to change to your brand fonts. So I'm going to change these two fonts over to my own brand fonts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them by clicking them once, go up to the top left-hand corner of my toolbar, click this downward arrow here, and my brand fonts are right here. So I'm going to change the heading text by selecting it once and clicking on my own. And I'm going to do the same with the body text. I'm going to click on it once to select it, and then I'll head over to my own brand font and click on it once to change it. Of course, you can make the fonts bigger. And again, instead of having to go through every single slide and changing the font, as I've just done, I'm going to share with you another fantastic time-saving tip. I'm going to show you how to use the Copy Style button. So I can see that I've got quite a few slides where I've got a heading, a subheading, and some body text. So to start with, I'm going to change the first set of text manually by selecting the header and changing it to my brand font, and then doing the same with the subheader and the body text. And I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the text with my cursor. I'm going to click on the Copy Style button, and you can see that this little button looks like a roller brush that you use to decorate a house, and it turns black when you click on it. Now I'm going to scroll down to the next slide that I want to edit, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the cursor down, run my roller brush over the next set of text. And bingo, you can see exactly what has happened. In one go, it has changed the heading text, the subheading text, and the body text. Let me just show you again how to do that. So I'm going to run my cursor over this text. I'm going to go up and click on the Copy Style button. It's turned black. I'm going to scroll down to the next slide I want to edit. I'm going to hold my cursor down and just roll that roller brush over the text I want to edit. And there it is. And now I'm going to show you how to add media such as little animated stickers, music and video to a Canva presentation. So let me just start off by showing you the kinds of elements you can add to a Canva presentation. So if you head on over to the sidebar, you'll see a tab called Elements. Click on that and you'll see all the Canva elements underneath, and they're categorized. So you have shapes, you have frames, stickers, charts, grids, gradient shapes. And let me just show you whilst I'm here. I just change to a blank slide. If you do need to add things like charts to a presentation, because of course some of you will need to present facts and figures, you can do it in a really visually appealing way. So I'm just going to click on this link here to access the charts. And these elements at the top are totally customizable. So for instance, if you want to use a pie chart, just click on one to select it and bring it up onto your desktop. You can customize the colors to a certain extent. So if your brand color is blue, click on the color tab and select one of your primary or secondary brand colors. Obviously, if you have Canva for Enterprise, you'll have access to many more brand kits. But for now, just to show you what I mean, I'm going to click on one of my secondary brand colors, and there you are. The different segments of the pie chart are changed to shades of blue. And each of the segments in your pie chart are also customizable. So if you click on the little button that says Edit, each segment can be edited. So this is item 1 and it can be changed to say quarter 1 if you're presenting yearly financial data, and insert 25% there. And you can go ahead and edit all the other different segments in exactly the same way. And you can see how the segments change according to the figures that you put up here. If you don't like the look of your pie chart when you're finished with it, you can change it by clicking on the downward arrow here, and you can change it to a bar chart, a row chart, a donut chart. So Canva gives you many ways to present facts and figures in a more engaging and visually appealing way. You also have the ability to add Canva stickers to presentations. So again, if you want to do that, head over to the Elements tab, click on Elements, and find the Stickers category. Click on Stickers, and again you'll find lots of subcategories that you can explore. Personally, I tend to use arrow stickers a lot to get people clicking on links, so what I do is I click on the arrow stickers subcategory. And I can choose from this huge selection here. You can use the search bar to search for something very specific. To do that, place your cursor in the search bar, type a plus after the word stickers, and then type whatever it is that you're looking for. So for example, I'm going to search all stickers related to coffee. Hit return and see what Canva finds. And there are a couple of fun stickers there that you can use within your presentation. Moving on to Canva Music, and this is a relatively new and recent feature which Canva has launched. You have the ability not only to use a selection of Canva's music, but also you can upload your own. So if you're in the music business, you can go ahead and upload snippets of your own music. So let me just show you what you need to do. To add some of Canva's own music to a presentation, you first of all need to select the slide. Next, click on the Music tab from the sidebar. And again, just like stickers, the music is organised into categories. So you have epic music, travel, trap, I don't really know what that means, piano, YouTube music, happy, instrumental, and so on and so forth. There is music for Canva free accounts and Canva Pro, but if you have a free account, you'll want to use the filter tool to filter out the Pro music tracks. So let me just show you how to do this. Click on the filter tool and just put a tick in the free box and apply filters. And then all the music tracks that Canva gives you are all free. To add a music track to a slide, just select the slide and click once on the track you want to upload. This particular music track, Nostalgic Piano, has been added to my slide. The music track will start from the beginning, obviously, but if there's a particular part of the soundtrack that you like and want to include it in your presentation, all you need to do is hold your cursor down on the audio track and slide your cursor along the audio track until you find the right part. To adjust the volume, just click on the little speaker icon on the right-hand side of the audio track and move the button along the slider bar to adjust the volume. If you decide you don't want the track at all anymore, just click the delete icon. If you want to upload your own music, again, go to the sidebar, scroll right down until you find the tab that says More and it has 3 white dots above it. Click on that. Find the little thumbnail that says Embeds, click on that, and you'll find links to Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. So if you have one of these accounts, you can add your own music. So let's say you have a SoundCloud account, find the track that you want to upload, click on the share button, copy the link to your track, you go back to Canva and you paste the link here. And now click Add to Design. And there you have your track uploaded to your Canva presentation. Next, I'm going to show you how easy it is to add video to a Canva presentation. And you can do this in one of 2 ways. If you're a YouTuber and you have your own YouTube channel, you can upload a YouTube video directly to a Canva presentation. Let me just show you how to do this. Go over to the sidebar and scroll right down to the bottom until you find that tab that says More and the 3 little dots above it. You need to click on that and you'll see that there are various apps and integrations with Canva, and you'll need to click on the YouTube icon. I'm sure you won't want to use any of these videos that Canva has uploaded. You'll want to select your own video. So to do that, go over to your YouTube channel, and just as we did with SoundCloud, you need to click on the share button and copy this link. Go back to Canva, place your cursor in the search bar and paste that link. Now hit return and you'll see that Canva has brought up the thumbnail image of your video. If I scroll to a fresh new slide, to bring your video up onto a slide, just click on the thumbnail image once. And you can drag these corner buttons to make the thumbnail image bigger. When you come to play this video within a presentation, you'll need to double click on the YouTube icon, which has been grayed out. So double click on it to activate it, and you'll see it turns red. To play the video, you just need to click on the icon once more. And that's how you connect a YouTube video with a Canva presentation. The other way to use videos within a Canva presentation is to upload video snippets. Now, my advice to you is to keep the snippets below, say, 30 seconds. And before uploading the video files to Canva, you need to compress them using a tool like Handbrake. And Handbrake is free to use and it's perfectly safe. I use it all the time. To upload a video file to Canva, you do exactly the same thing as you would do an image. So you click on the Uploads tab here in the sidebar, and you click on Upload an image or a video. And now you upload your raw video file from Google Drive, from Dropbox, or from your local device, wherever you have it stored. Once uploaded, you'll find the video under the Videos tab. You need to be a little bit patient because video files are larger and they do take a few minutes sometimes to upload. Once uploaded, just click your video file once to bring it onto your slide and then drag it in to a frame, like that. And I do wish I was sitting on that beach right now. So that's all there is to uploading video files to Canva. And finally, once you've created your presentation, I'm going to show you how to download it as a PowerPoint file and how to create clickable links within your presentation and then download it as a PDF file. It will also include my little Nicky ninja tip, which is a bit of a secret, but I'm delighted to share it with you today. So let's assume I've done my presentation, but I've suddenly discovered that I need to provide my slides in PowerPoint format. There's absolutely no need to panic because this is perfectly possible and it is very quick and easy to do. To download your slides to PowerPoint, you just need to go to the top right-hand corner of your toolbar and click this downward arrow here. And you can see the 7th link down is Microsoft PowerPoint. Now all you have to do is click that link. Now this little bit of text here from Canva is just a reminder that videos, animations, GIF files and so forth will not work in PowerPoint. So if you do need to include video within your presentation, you'll have to do that in PowerPoint separately. So let's assume that I'm perfectly happy with this and I'm going to download my set of slides to Microsoft PowerPoint. Now I'm actually in Keynote since I work on a Mac, but same thing, only slightly different. You can see that my slides have been exported perfectly well into Keynote, but what I've noticed is that some of the formatting and my branding has been lost in downloading. Some of the photos look a bit odd, and I've lost my lovely Canva text effects. Now it's not the end of the world, but being a perfectionist, I wanted to work out a better way of doing this. So I hit on this idea, which I now call my Nicky ninja tip. So I'm going to go back over to Canva, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to download every single slide as a PNG file. So just bear with me. Now they've downloaded as a zip file, so I'm just going to double click it to open it up. Click into the folder, and I've got my 30 slides which have been downloaded as PNG files. I'm going to go back into Keynote. I'm going to start a fresh new presentation with a blank slide. I'm going to split my screen to make this next step a little easier. I'm now going to select every single one of those 30 PNG slides. And having selected them, I'm going to hold my cursor down and I'm going to drag each single one into my Keynote presentation. And there they are. I'm just going to get rid of this blank slide here by deleting it. And there is a perfect copy of my Canva presentation with all the branding and all the Canva text exactly as it should be. So that's my little Nicky ninja tip bonus for you. Back over to Canva now, and I'm going to show you how to add clickable hyperlinks to a slide deck and then download the whole presentation as a PDF file. So I'm going to go ahead and add a hyperlink to my business URL. All I need to do is copy and paste the URL from my website, go back into Canva, and then copy and paste the URL. I'll highlight the text first, go up to the top right hand corner of my toolbar where you see this little link icon, click on the link icon and paste the URL into this box. When you've done that, just click apply. And you can add multiple links to a Canva presentation. It used to be that you could only add one in an entire presentation, which was a shame, but now you can add multiple links. So you could add links to your social media platforms. The only text you can't add a hyperlink to is an email address, unfortunately, but I have raised this with the Canva team and they're going to look into it. So finally, to download your slides as a PDF file, click on this downward arrow here, go to File Type and select PDF Standard as opposed to PDF Print. So PDF Standard, all pages, and then click Download. So that's it for our Canva session. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to leave you with a slide now so that you know how to get hold of me and where to find me, and how to book some training if you would like to learn more about how to use Canva for your business.
I think it's a fabulous idea to have these awards because we celebrate so much in business. It's excess of a lot of what we would call, professionals. There's HR awards, IT awards, there's loads of awards for every other category. And then suddenly, when we look at executive assistants and PAs, we're saying they're not professionals. They're more professional than most.
I think it's great to be able to bring together people in support roles like myself. It's not just general PAs, there's lots of administrators out there, lots of secretaries, lots of project managers. So it's great to have created a forum that allows all those people to share different types of skills, share different ideas. So yeah, it's a great environment for people like me to be involved in.
The PA awards are so important. The role of a PA has changed so much over the years, and it's just great to be recognised for what we do.
It's amazingly positive, I have to say. It really is. I think EAs and PAs are definitely the unsung heroes, and it's really nice to actually have an award that's focused solely on us.
It's given some extra confidence, I think, actually. Having been in the same job for 20 years, you kind of do the job and hope that you're doing your job well, but to being able to go forward for an awards like this has given me an extra confidence boost.
Very rewarding, I would say.
PAs, EAs and indeed all office support staff are integral.
The role of a PA has changed so much over the years, and it's just great to be recognised for what we do.
The standard's been great. It's been an incredibly difficult thing for the judges to do. Along with the awards committee, when we first started this process, of course, we had to look at the applications that had come in. Then we moved on to the telephone interviewing, and we're now into the judging, and then we will pull together who the winners and the runners-ups are.
I think the awards have brought about a greater understanding of PAs and our profession, what we do. It's helped to develop a greater awareness, and it's obviously the first in Birmingham, so it's absolutely brilliant.
It was a privilege to be asked to be part of the Education Committee and to be asked to give my experience of being in an office environment PA role for as many years as I don't really want to say.
And Dan's amazing. He's just been so welcoming, and they make you feel welcome at the events. They encourage you to attend. So yeah, and the fact that he's put forward all of this PA awards, the recognition for PAs, finally there's something for PAs to actually be recognised for.
Amazing.
Inspirational.
Beneficial. Collaboration.
Amazing.
It's a family.
Inspirational.
Fun.
Rewarding.
Exciting.
Proud. Family.
Amazing.
As Dan would say, fab.
It has been a really difficult few days that we've had deliberating because everybody's so amazing.
If you're watching this, you're sat there and you haven't applied this year, then apply next year. If you have applied this year, then well done, because the quality has been so high. If you've made it through to the final, congratulations, and if you win, then